Alright, so what's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Now, just over a week ago, I made a video talking about the current state of Modern Warfare 2, and if you haven't watched the video, and if you don't know, it's not looking good. We haven't had any new content for just over a month now, probably a bit longer than that, and this season's been pretty stale because it was quite dry to begin with. There wasn't really a lot of content, and it just seems to have gotten worse and worse. We just keep getting worse news, and that's got even worse today. So Call of Duty tweeted out this, saying Season 2 will be launching on February 15th, which is about a 2-week delay. Our studio teams have been making several changes based on what we have heard from our player community. Season 2 includes all new content with the return of Resurgence and a brand new small map for Warzone 2.0. Ranked play is also back and coming to Modern Warfare 2 along with new multiplayer maps, new modes, weapons and much more. Stay tuned for additional intel. Infinity Ward also tweeted saying we look forward to sharing more details on the updates coming to Season 2 in a deep dive studio blog next week. This includes exciting changes to Warzone 2.0 including the Gulag, looting and loadouts. More soon. By the way, Shipment 24/7 is back in the game, so if you got some progress, some Orion camera grinding or whatever, now's the time. Now, I just want to start this off by saying that I still love Modern Warfare 2. I think this is one of the best games. I think this is probably the best game that's come out in the past 5 years, easily. I might even go further than that, but I don't want to say anything just yet, you know, because the way that the game's going at the moment, but I love this game, put it that way. However, even someone like me can pick up on the many things that need to be changed with this game, and the many things that I would change personally with this game as well. You know, this isn't a perfect game, nowhere near it, and there's a lot of things that I would change in this game before I even come close to calling it that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and list every single thing I don't like about the game and what I would change about it. You know, some of them are maybe too big to even think about having changed, but even so, we're getting the update in the next month or so. So if I sit here and list everything I don't like, chances are in a week's time when they bring out the blog post, I'm going to be talking about it anyway. Whether they've changed it or not, I'm going to be talking about it then. So if you want to see what I think about this game in depth, I suppose, wait for that video. But yeah, I'm just hoping this 2-week delay is enough to actually make this season a big season. Like, this season has to be massive, and I talked about this previously. I think this season is going to be a big season. I think it's going to bring a lot of content. It's going to aim to bring people back. So I think they've done a 2-week delay, which, yeah, is a bummer now, but I think they're trying to, you know, keep people's hopes up by saying we've got a lot of content, we're listening to the community. And to be honest, as much as I want to believe that they're listening to the community, there's going to be a lot of community requested changes in this update, I won't believe it till I see it. I don't trust either Activision or Infinity Ward when it comes to shit like this. Activision can just straight up lie about things, and Infinity Ward are very stubborn. They won't change things that people want. They'll probably change a couple things like the riot shield on the back. I reckon there will be one. They might be reworking the UI, but when it comes to things like the perk system and ADS penalties in this game, I think things like that they're going to stand their ground on, and it's unfortunate because things like that I think are that's probably my #1 complaint actually with this game is the ADS penalties and slow mechanics of this game. Even though this game has a much quicker pace than Modern Warfare 2019 or even Black Ops Cold War, I still think that it could be a lot better. Now, I don't want it blisteringly quick like Vanguard. However, it still could be made better. It's not even about the pace of the game. It's just more so about the feeling of the game, really. The pace of this game at the moment is good. I think, although it's not perfect, the way they balance the sort of 3 playstyles they wanted to aim for, it's better than Modern Warfare 2019, put it like that. Campers aren't given the power that... Sorry, Sentinels. They're not given the power that they had in Modern Warfare 2019, which I think is a lot better. Yes, they still are given more favor in this game. It's definitely harder to camp in this game than it is compared to Modern Warfare 2019. So, big thing for me for the multiplayer, what I want to see changed is the sort of ADS penalties, the animations overall. I just think this game needs to be slightly sped up. You know, things like calling in the UAV. Here we are, I'll do it now. Look how long that takes. I mean, that doesn't seem like a long time, like, what, 3-4 seconds? But when you're in a game where, you know, milliseconds count, it's a big, like, fucking time. Like, honestly, it's a long time. I mean, we're talking about a game where you can die in, like, under 200 milliseconds. And if you're sat there calling in a UAV for almost 3 seconds, that is pretty much a death if you think about it. Overall, I think there's a lot that they can bring to this season for the multiplayer. I think they can completely turn the ship around and make this game back in the limelight, because people need to realize that this game is, I think, the best selling COD game of all time. At least within the first like couple weeks period, this is by far the best selling COD game of all time, and there's no denying that. Now obviously that doesn't mean it's the best game ever. I'm not saying that. Although I think highly of this game, there's a lot wrong with it, and most of it is minor things that could be adjusted, but there's still a lot wrong with it. It's nowhere near perfect, and I don't think the best COD game ever. But I genuinely think if they take the feedback that we've been giving over the past like month and a half where they haven't been doing anything, and they apply at least a decent chunk of it, I genuinely think this could be one of the most enjoyable COD games we have seen in a long time. Now on the flip side of this with Warzone, I personally haven't played enough Warzone to even know what's wrong with the game. The only thing that I know is a lot of the quality of life changes that Warzone 1 had, most of it wasn't brought over from Warzone 2, and not only that, a lot of the things that were just the fundamentals with Warzone 1 weren't brought over to Warzone 2. I mean, I know loadouts took a long time to come back, there's still a 2v2 gulag, it's things like that that for some reason they changed, and I mean, Warzone 2 is supposed to be like a refinement of Warzone 1, so the fact that they not only went backwards with all the quality of life changes, but they also went back on some of the stuff that made Warzone what it is, and just changed it for some reason is really weird to me. And honestly, I don't get it, but it is what it is. Hopefully with this season they're going to bring a lot of those quality of life changes for Warzone, hopefully brings a lot of people back. And I think the main thing that's going to bring people back, or even just to the game to begin with, is Resurgence. I'm happy to see that Resurgence is coming back this season. It's confirmed. It's been leaked for a while now, and I know there's a ton of leaks surrounding season 2 as well, but the thing is, ooh, cheeky quad feed. Oh, that was a good little streak. That leaked content has been out for a long ass time now, and I mean, it could have been a oh my god, that was terrifying. Possible it could have been like decoy artwork and that kind of stuff, but I doubt that, to be honest. Another thing as well, they could have had that leaked or whatever and seen what the player reception was, and if it was good, keep it. If it was bad, make some changes. One thing from the leaks that I know very little about, to be honest, that I'm really not looking forward to, is Castle coming back from Vanguard, and I think World of War it was originally in. I'm sorry, World of War fans, and if they exist, Vanguard fans, but I fucking hate that map. I tried playing it in Vanguard, and honestly, it was the biggest piece of dog shit I think I've ever played in COD. It was just AIDS. It was just terrible. I don't know if that's a Vanguard thing, but I don't think it is, because okay, I see. I don't know if that was a Vanguard thing because that game was ass, but just the way the game... Oh, my fucking god, man. This Burger King guy, I'm gonna kill it. Oof. Fucking sit down, mate. I can't even remember what I was fucking saying anymore. But at the end of the day, I don't want Castle to come back. I really don't like that map. The other leaks, I think the crossbow's coming back, which makes me want to die as well. Because at the moment, apart from the victors, have everything Orion in the game. And I would like to keep that. However, I don't want to use a crossbow in. I just don't. I don't enjoy using crossbows in COD. I think Ronin from MWII 2019 is rumored to come back, which is kind of cool. Other than that, though, there isn't really much else. But this is what I mean. Like, they could have seen the reception to all this stuff, like especially Castle, and been like, oh, people don't want it. Let's cut that and do something else, which I'm praying they did. And to be honest, they need to bring back some of these maps that are in Warzone 2, Al Mazrah, like Terminal, Dome, Rust, any of them, bro. Honestly, anything over Castle. But yeah, overall, I mean, I'm hopeful for the future of this game. I'm praying that this delay is a good thing. I'm hoping that this means that it's going to be a big season. If I see 2 multiplayer maps in the entirety of Season 2 on that roadmap, I'm going to headbutt a pencil, I swear to God. I think this is it for Infinity Ward. Although this game has a 2-year life cycle, allegedly, this is do or die now, I think. I think it's gotten to a point where it had a great launch. Everyone was on board for Modern Warfare 2. It had a steady decline to almost an all-time low, I would say. Well, actually, no, Vanguard existed. But it's at a low point. I mean, people are starting to say that Modern Warfare 2019 is better than this game. And I've even seen some people say that Vanguard is better than this game, which... That's literally not... No, just shut up, man. I mean, yeah, it's a bit annoying what's happening with Modern Warfare 2 at the moment, but it's not Vanguard levels. It's not even Modern Warfare 2018 level. This is the best game out of the past 4. It just is. Like, grow up. But anyway, it's at a low point now, and I think if this season doesn't grab people's attention again and get them playing the game, it's going to die off, and they need to go big with this season. And I think with the announcement of Resurgence already, without the blog post, I think they have confidence that this season is going to bring a lot of good things, which I'm praying it does. I really hope so. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe if you're new around here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.